move on. So previous class we have started our revision on lesson 14, transportation in plants and circulation in animals. So have you completed the whatever homework I have given? That is Roman number 1 to 6 I have given for you for revision, isn't it? Have you all studied? I think you might have studied. Please, that is this for scoring your marks, and also if you are not at all able to give the revision, and just study at your home properly, okay, students? So listen, we are continuing the chapter, okay. Roman number 6, we have 7 we have started on the day. That is, give the reason we have started. Give the reason for the following statement. First one, minerals cannot be passively absorbed by the roots. We have just seen that, okay. That is, we have to study 2 points about that, okay. That is, minerals are present in the soil as charged particles. We have seen the minerals cannot be passively absorbed by the root because it is present in the soil in the form of charged particles, okay, charged particles, and that cannot move across the cell membrane. The charged particles cannot move across the cell membrane. That's the first point. The second one is the concentration of minerals in the soil is usually lower than the concentration of minerals in the root. Okay, that are the 2 points for this question. Okay, 2 points you have to write down. First one, it is present in the form of charged particles, and the concentration of the minerals which is present in the soil is lesser than that of the minerals which is present in the root. So these are the 2 points I write for the first question. The next one, guard cells are responsible for opening and closing of stomata. New reason. Why? That is by the absorption of water, the guard cells will get turgid. So because of the turgidity, the opening of stomata takes place. When the water come out of the guard cells become flaccid, and this causes the closing of stomata. So that is guard cells, that is turgidity and the flaccid condition of the guard cells are responsible for opening and closing of stomata. The next one, movement of substance in the phloem can be in any direction. So phloem, it is that is food materials which is produced in the leaf. Leaf is producing the food materials, and this food materials will be transported to different parts of the plants through phloem. Phloem is the transporting, that is carrying. Phloem is carrying the food materials from leaf to different parts of the plants. Maybe it may be roots, maybe stem, or even fruit. So it is not in a that is the movement will not be in same direction based on the part which is utilizing the food material. It will be the direction will be different, maybe upward direction or lateral direction, whatever it is. So the direction, the phloem direction is not unidirectional. Okay, it is in any direction. The direction will have that is movement of food materials will take place in any direction. The next one, minerals in the plant is not lost when the leaves fall. So what's the answer? Page number 203. Translocation of mineral ions. Okay, this present that is paragraph. Minerals are remobilized from older dying leaves to the younger leaves. So when the younger leaves, when the dying leaves are on the way of shedding, the minerals which are present in the dying leaves will be passed on to the younger leaves. So that minerals will not be lost from the dying leaves. Okay, that's the answer. Minerals in the plants are not lost when the leaves fall off. So when the leaves fall off, before it fall off, it will be remobilized. It will be sent to this is the older leaves and this is younger leaves. So before it fall off, it will remobilize. The minerals which are present in the older leaf will be remobilized to the younger leaf, so that the minerals will not be lost from the plants. Okay, then. Walls of the right ventricle are thicker than the right auricle. That is in page number 207. Okay, 207. The left and right ventricle have thick walls because the ventricle have to pump out blood with force away from the heart. Since the ventricle has to pump the blood with a force to the different parts of the heart, the walls should be thicker. Okay, so walls of the right ventricle are thicker than right auricle. Auricle's wall will be thinner than this right ventricle, since the ventricle has to push the blood to the different parts of the body. It should contain, always it should be having the thicker wall. Okay, that's the reason. The answer is in page number 207, the last paragraph. Okay, the left and right ventricle have thick wall because the ventricle have to pump out the blood with force away from the heart. Okay, from the right ventricle, blood is pumped into different parts of the heart. The next one, mature RBC in mammals do not have cell organelles. Why the mature RBC, that is red blood cells, do not have cell organelles? Why? Because it is occupied by the mature mammalian page number. Answer is in page number 205. Mature mammalian RBC do not have cell organelles or nucleus because it is filled with this space which is occupied by this organelles or taken up by the hemoglobin pigment, a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, the respiratory pigment which is present in the blood cells, red RBC, will take away the space for nucleus and cell organelles. So there is no cell organelles which are present in the RBC. So have you understood? Answer is in page number 205, red blood cells. The RBC impart red color to the blood due to the presence of respiratory pigment hemoglobin. Mature mammalian RBC do not have cell organelles and nucleus. Why? Because the space is occupied by the hemoglobin molecules. The respiratory pigment called hemoglobin molecules. So that's the answer for 6th question. Next one, long answer, Roman number 8. First one, how do plants absorb water? Explain. How do plants absorb water and explain. You have to explain about that. That is page number 201. 201. There are millions of root hairs on the tip of the root which absorb water. By the help of root hairs, first the plants will absorb the water and minerals by process of diffusion. Which process? That is by process of diffusion. The root hairs will absorb the water. The root hairs are thin wall and slender extension of epidermal cells that increases the surface area of absorption. So root hairs it is very thin so that the surface area of absorption can be increased. Next one, pathway of water absorbed by root. How the water is traveling. That is page number 202. Okay. 202, pathway of water absorbed by root. You have to draw the diagram and you have to draw, that is mention the pathway through which water is traveling. The next one, types of movement of water in the root cells you have to mention. What is that? Apoplast movement and apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. First you have to write about what is the absorbing organ. Root hairs. Root hairs are the absorbing organ of the plant, that is absorbing water from the soil. Then the pathway you have to write on. First root hair, the root hair cells, cortical cells, xylem. That's a pathway of water in the root. The next one you have to write about the types of movement. What are the two types of movement? Apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. First one, apoplast. What is that movement? That is exclusively takes place through the intercellular space. The movement of water, that is from the root. The water moves through the intercellular space which is present in between the cells. Okay, it is passing through the intercellular space which is present in the root hair. That is the movement. This movement is known as apoplastic pathway. Okay, the symplastic pathway means the movement water travels through the cell, the cytoplasm, intercellular movement through the plasma membrane. So here the water moves through the cell wall. Through the cell, the water will be passing over. That is known as symplast pathway. So this write about the two pathway. Okay, apoplastic pathway and symplastic pathway. First one, apoplast, the movement of water takes place only through the intercellular space between the cells. Second one, symplast pathway, it will takes place through the cell. Through the cell it will take place. Okay, crossing the cytoplasm, plasma membrane, etc. So this is what you have to write for the movement of how the plants absorb water. Next one, what is transpiration and give its importance. Page number 202. Okay, 202 and 203. Answer is in 202 and 203. First you have to write what is transpiration. Transpiration is the evaporation of water from plants through stomata in the leaves. It is the evaporation of water in the plants through stomata. Small openings in the leaves is known as stomata. That is transpiration. Then importance of transpiration. There are 5 points are there. That is create transpiration pool for transport of water, supply water for photosynthesis, transport minerals from soil to all parts of the body plant. Then cool the surface of the leaf. You cool the surface of the leaf. Keep the cells turgid. So these are the importance that you have to write down. Okay, page number 202 and 203 in your book. Okay, what is transpiration? Write the definition for transpiration and also the importance of transpiration. The next one, why are leukocytes classified as granulocytes and agranulocytes? Name each cell and mention its function. So it is in page number 205. 205, leukocytes. White blood corpuscles, leukocyte. First you have to write about the leukocyte and the 2 types of leukocytes. Page number 205. Okay, 205. The answer is the granulocyte. Why it is said to be granulocyte? That is, they contain small granules in the cytoplasm. Cells which contain small granule-like structures in the cytoplasm. So it is said to be granulocyte. It is classified into 3 types. What are they? Neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil. What are the 3 types? Neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil are the 3 types of granulocytes. And just give the description there about explain about the size. There where it is, how much percentage it is present in the blood cells, and about what about the number, if there is any increase in number, what are the causes? That is, infection will be there or inflammation will be there in the body if the number of neutrophils are increased. Okay, so this large size, the neutrophils are large size and it consists of 2 to 7 lobe nucleus. It consists of 2 to 7 lobe nucleus and it occupies 60 to 65% of WBC. Okay, 60 to 65% of WBC is occupied by the neutrophils. Then the number increases when the number of neutrophils increases when there is any infection or inflammation. Then eosinophils. Next one, eosinophils. It has 2 lobe nucleus, bilobe nucleus, and constitute 2 to 3% of the WBC. Then their number increases during condition like allergy. Okay, if the person is having any allergic disturbance, the number of eosinophils will be increasing. Then basophils have lobed nucleus. They form 0.5 to 1% of WBC. 0.5 to 1% of WBC. Then they release chemicals during process of inflammation. In pain or swelling, it happens. It releases chemicals during that. Okay. The next one, agranulocytes. The granules are absent. Agranulocyte means the cytoplasm does not contain any granular structure. So it is said to be agranulocytes. It is of 2 types, lymphocytes and monocytes. What are the 2 types? Lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes, there are about 20 to 25%. 20 to 25% of the blood WBC is occupied by the lymphocyte. They produce antibodies during bacterial and viral infection. So antibodies are produced by this lymphocyte in order to prevent the diseases. It will produce antibodies, fight against the viral and bacterial infection. It will produce antibodies. The next one, monocyte. They are the largest of leukocytes. So monocytes are the largest of leukocytes. Just underline that. Okay, monocytes is considered to be the largest cell of the leukocytes. And amoeboid in shape. What is the shape? Does not have a proper shape. It can changes the shape according to the wish. Okay, so it is amoeboid in shape. These cells forms 5 to 6%. How much percentage? 5 to 6% of the total leukocytes is occupied by monocytes. Then they are phagocytic and can engulf bacteria. They are able to engulf the bacteria which is infecting your body. These monocytes will be engulfing it, and so that it will be filled inside our body. Okay, engulfing the bacteria. So these are about the leukocyte, what are types, agranulocytes and granulocytes, types, their function, etc. We will write up to this. Okay, page number 205 and 206 you have to study carefully. Okay, the next one, Next question, differentiate between systole and diastole, explain the conduction of heart. So, page number 209. Page number 209, heartbeat is given. One complete contraction is known as systole and relaxation is known as diastole. That's the difference between a single point. Will just write in differentiating manner to put two columns and write systole and diastole. Systole is the contraction, one complete contraction of the heart, and relaxation is known as the diastole. That you have to write in column. Okay. Then next write about the initiation and conduction of heartbeat. How the heartbeat is occurring. Okay. Then that is up to page number 209. You have to write the initiation and conduction of heartbeat. The human heartbeat is myogenic in nature. Contraction is initiated by special portion of the heart muscle, that is sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node, it is responsible for the contraction of muscles, heart muscle, which is situated in the walls of the right atrium. It is situated in the walls of the right atrium. Then near the sinoatrial node is known as the pacemaker of the heart because it is capable of initiating impulse. Okay, it is initiating the impulse which can stimulate the heart muscles to contract. The impulse from sinoatrial node spread as a wave of contraction. It is spreading as a wave of contraction over the right and left atrial node. It will from the heart muscles. It will contract and it will send the impulse in the form of that is waves spread to the other part of the body and pushing the blood to the atrioventricular valve into ventricle. The waves of contraction of sinoatrial node reaches the atrioventricular node, which stimulates to emit an impulse of contraction spreading to the ventricular muscles via atrioventricular bundle and Purkinje fiber. This is up to this you have to write down. Okay, so initiation and conduction of heart muscles, heartbeat, that you have to page number, it is in page number 209. Next one, enumerate the functions of blood. Functions of blood, page number 206. Page number 206. Sometimes it may be asked for 4 mark questions, or sometimes along with the 2 questions will be asked along with for 7 mark questions. Okay, so study that all the points thoroughly. Okay, if it is asked for 7 marks, you have to write all the 7 points. If it is according to the marks, you have to attend the answer. Okay, so functions of blood: transport of respiratory gases, transport of digested food materials to different body cells, then transport of hormones, transport of nitrogenous excretory products such as ammonia, urea and uric acid. Then it is involved in the protection of body and defense against diseases. Then it acts as buffer and also helps in regulation of pH and body temperature. It maintains proper water balance of our body. So these are the functions of blood. 7 points are there. You should study all the 7 points. If it is asked for according to the marks, you have to attend the answer. If it is 4 marks, just write 4 points. 7 marks means full, all the 7 points are there. All you have to attend. Okay. So once again, transport of respiratory gases. You have to write about functions. First one, transport of respiratory gases. Then transport of digested food materials to different parts of the body. That is, respiratory gases means oxygen and carbon dioxide will be transported through blood. Then digested food materials will be transported. Next one, transport of hormones. Then transport of nitrogenous excretory waste products such as urea, uric acid and ammonia will be transported through blood. Then it is involved in protection of body and defense against diseases. It will protect our body against disease and it will defense against, act as a defensive part in our body. Okay. Then it acts as a buffer and also helps in regulation of pH. pH and body temperature will be regulated by the blood. Then it maintains proper water balance in the body. Our body water balance is also regulated by this blood. So these are all about the functions of blood. Okay, so the detailed answers study tomorrow's that is you have to study the complete the 7th and 8th Roman numbers. Okay, that is detailed answer and give reasons. You have to complete it. Okay, then next one, this study the diagrams. Okay, page number sometimes they will be asking, that is page number 201, you can see the diagram, that is what is diffusion, after diffusion, what are the difference, draw the difference, draw the diagram to indicate the difference after, before diffusion and after diffusion. Just see the diagram. That plasmolysis, what is plasmolysis? It occurs when water moves out of the cell. What is plasma? If water moves out of the cell, what happens to the cytoplasm? It will shrink. The cytoplasm will shrink and get accumulated in a certain region. That process is known as plasmolysis. Then imbibition. What is imbibition also? That is solid absorb water and get swelled up. Okay, when we are putting the seeds or just you can see grams etc. When you are putting inside the water, it will get absorb the water and it will get swelled up. Okay, so that process is known as imbibition. Swell, that is absorption of water by solid materials. That is known as imbibition. The next one, root hair structure, root tip with root hairs. Different regions of root. Okay, that also you have to study. Then structure of stomata, open stomata and closed stomata. Next one, page number 204. What is ascent of sap? Ascent of sap, you can see in page number 204. That is the upward movement of water and minerals from root to different plant pods. That is known as ascent of sap. That is upward movement of water and minerals to different from root to different parts of the plant is known as ascent of sap. The next, transpiration pull. Transpiration. What is transpiration pull? The same page number 204. Transpiration through stomata creates a vacuum which creates a suction called transpiration pull. Okay, transpiration through stomata creates vacuum which creates a suction. It will sucking condition. The water will be sucked up by the plants because of this transpiration pull. Okay, then blood, components of blood cell. What are the three components? Plasma, RBC, WBC and blood platelets. That you have to write. Sometimes they are asking, write about the components of blood. What are the components? Plasma. This blood is made up of plasma, RBC, WBC and the liquid part is known as the plasma, and the cells which are present in the blood is blood or RBC, WBC and platelets. You have to write about that. Okay. Study the other name of RBC. The other name is RBC is erythrocyte. RBC erythrocyte, WBC leukocytes and blood platelets thrombocytes. These are the other names of these blood cells. The next one, diagram. Diagram also you have to study this diagrams also. Okay. When you have studied in practical portion, you have studied about the white blood cells and you have to study the diagrams also. So that diagram is enough. Just go through the types of WBC and the diagrams. Okay. First one, 3 lobe, it is neutrophil. 2 lobe, it is eosinophil. Then single lobe, it is basophil. Then amoeboid structure, the cells, the blood cell which is having amoeboid structure is known as monocytes and it is the largest of leukocytes. Then lymphocyte, it is somewhat bean shaped. The nucleus is in the form of a bean shaped structure. Just go through that. Then next, structure of heart diagram, just go through. Then sphygmomanometer, page number 211. Sphygmomanometer, what is sphygmomanometer and what are the functions of sphygmomanometer? It's a clinical instrument used to measure blood pressure. Okay, the instrument, clinical instrument which is used to measure the blood pressure is known as sphygmomanometer. Then stethoscope. What is the use of stethoscope? It is used to detect the sound produced by our internal organs of human body. It is used to detect the sounds which are produced inside our human body. That is stethoscope. That is the use of function of stethoscope. It is a clinical instrument. The next one, cardiac cycle, page number 210. Cardiac cycle. What are the three events during the single cardiac cycle. What are they? Atrial, already we have studied in question, atrial systole, ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. These are the three events that is happening during the cardiac cycle. That time also you should note down. Okay, point 1, first one, atrial systole, 0.1 second. Ventricular systole 0.3 seconds and ventricular diastole 0.4 seconds. Okay, then heart sound, right, about the heart sound, lung and duck sound. Okay, next, what is blood pressure? It's the force exerted during the flow of blood against the lateral walls of arteries. That is blood pressure. Okay, then systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Just go through that. Next one, blood groups, types of blood group. What are the 4 groups? A group, B group, AB and O group. So the 4 blood groups which is present in human body: A, B, AB group and O group. That is given detail in that is page number 212. It is given about the blood group, antigens on RBC, antibodies in plasma, can donate and can receive from that column. You have to just go through that column also. Okay, types of blood groups and what are the blood groups that can accept what type of blood that can be donated. All these are given in this column. Then functions of limb, page number 212. Functions of limb also, just go through that. Okay, it's not in your back question, it's an extra question. Okay, functions of limb: supplies nutrient and oxygen to those spots where blood cannot reach. That's the first point. Where the blood cannot reach, the oxygen is supplied and nutrients also supplied by the limb. Then it drains away excess tissue fluid and metabolites, return protein to the blood from tissue space. Drains away the excess body fluid. That's the second function. The lymph also carries absorbed fat from small intestine to the blood. Absorbed fat is carried away by the lymph. The next last point, lymphocyte is the lymph defends the body from infection. To prevent the body from infection. So these are all some of the functions of lymph. That also have to mark it and study. Okay, this extra question I am giving, page number 212. What are the functions of lymph? So just complete the Roman number 7 and Roman number 8. Okay, in this lesson just complete Roman number 7 and 8 revision. Okay, already I think already we have completed Roman number 1 to 6. Today we have to complete. That is next class we have to complete the 7th and 8th Roman number. Okay, thank you all.